Welcome back to another edition of the Burnout with yours truly. I'm gonna dive right into this. I'm kind of confused on a few things, and I'm gonna clear them up right now. Everybody knows that the Super Bowl is Sunday, and I'm confused of what the NFL just did. They decided out of the clear blue sky to move the end racism sign that was painted in the end zone. Now, this has been done since 2021. Nobody's ever had a problem with it. And all of a sudden now, they say they want to remove the end racism sign and put something about love or some garbage. Now, they want me to believe, and they want everybody to believe, that it had nothing to do with the Orange Crusader coming to the Super Bowl Sunday. Well, I'm gonna come over here and say bullshit. Dr. Roger Goodell, I've been suspecting, and I've assumed and accused him of being a racist for a while now, and now he has confirmed it to me. You telling me that all of a sudden the Orange Crusader is coming to the Super Bowl, first time president ever done that, because he loves attention, and all of a sudden you want to move the end racism sign out of the end zone. Now, you're going to tell me it has nothing to do with him. And you want to tell me it's about all the tragedies that happened, this and that, blah, blah, blah. All right, then why didn't you move it in 2020? Why you didn't move it in 2021? Why you didn't move it in 2022? Why you didn't remove it in 2023? Why you didn't remove it 2024? You know, that lets me know you telling a lie and y'all trying to cover it up. You moved it because this buffoon is coming and you know he is a racist. So, and you didn't want to offend him, so you removed the thing. You removed it. I'm done with the NFL. I will not watch another NFL game. I am not watching the Super Bowl, because what Roger Goodell did is bullshit. I don't give a damn what nobody thinks, nobody says. It's my opinion. It's bullshit. It had everything to do with Trump being at that damn Super Bowl, and he didn't want to offend him, so that's why he did it. Roger Goodell, you are a flat out racist. Everybody who condoned the move is a racist, because the one thing I do know, if you're not racist, then that end racism that was in the end zone doesn't affect you. It only affects those who are racist. It's only going to offend those who are racist. And that tells me everything I need to know about the NFL. I don't give a damn who watches it. I don't care who don't watch it. I know I'm done with the NFL. I never watch another NFL game as long as I'm alive. Because now you have shown me where your priorities are. You've shown me where you stand. Now and this same Roger Goodell said, he is not going to end DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. So if you're not going to end that, then why would you remove end racism? That is something that should be ended. That is something that should be talked about. That is something that should be beat in your head, echoed a million times. But all of a sudden, like I said, the Orange Crusader decided to come to the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden you want to remove it. It hasn't been removed since 2021. You didn't think about removing it then. A lot of stuff done happened then too. But why didn't you remove it then? You didn't remove it because a racist president wasn't coming. So don't try to sell the American people on bullshit that you did it because of all this and this, yada, yada, yada. Well, from 2021 up until now, a lot of stuff done happened. Why didn't you remove it then? Because I've said it a minute ago, because the racist person wasn't there. You don't want to offend him, so that's why you removed it. You were full of shit. The NFL is full of shit. I'm done with the motherfucking NFL. Fuck the NFL. I didn't ever have a team anyway. I just like certain players, but I'm done with them now. I don't give a damn who I like. I don't care who I pull for. I will no longer watch the NFL. All y'all so-called activists that follows in these great people like Elijah Cummings, John R. Lewis, Jasmine Crockett, Al Green, Maxine Waters, Schumer, all of them. And a lot of black people that sacrificed and protested to get where we at now. And you're telling me that you love your football team that much, even though you see what just happened, that you can't sacrifice them to prove a point, to make change because you love your team that much? Well, then you're not an advocate. No, you're not an advocate. You're just a finger pointer at certain things that being an activist is not doing things that makes you comfortable. Being an activist is doing things that makes you very uncomfortable. And if giving up the NFL, that does not make me uncomfortable because I don't care. I'm not really into it that much like I used to be anyway. And it's not that big of a sacrifice for me. And even if it were, I would still do it. Because there's a bigger goal in mind. There's something else we're trying to accomplish. And we're not going to accomplish it by giving ground and say, okay, well, they did this, but I'm going to still root for my team. You're not an activist. You just want to do things that makes you comfortable and does not cost you anything. If giving up a football game means that much to you, that you can't see what's going on, or you see what's going on but refuse, then you're not an activist. Then quit bringing up all these activist names because you're not with them. You don't align with them. I was always taught if you see wrong and don't do anything about it, then you're no better than the people who are doing it. So if you see what the NFL doing is wrong, everybody knows it's wrong. It's not rocket science. And you don't do anything to combat it, they're going to continue doing it over and over again. They're going to do more because they're going to see, well, you're not going to do anything. You just talking. All you're doing is talking. So what actions are you doing? Well, don't watch the Super Bowl. There's a ton of things on TV to watch than the Super Bowl. And plus, let's just be honest, I think it's rigged anyway for Kansas City to win anyway. They've been cheating for them all year. So why would I think all of a sudden now that they're going to call the game right? They're not going to call it right. And if they do, they'll call it right until they see they're losing, and then they'll start changing rules like they've been doing all year. I've been saying this for the longest. Kansas City has been cheating for the longest. This is what people are going to tell me. Well, not watching the game doesn't prove anything. If enough people don't watch it, the rating go down. It shows them that we're not taking this. We see what you did, and we're not standing for it. People who say that are only saying that because they want to watch the game. If it's life and death for you to watch that game, then don't complain about nothing that goes on the field. Don't complain about the end racism sign. Don't complain about the discrimination on the field. Don't say anything. Because remember, if it meant that much to you, you'll protest. You'll let them know that, hey, we're not standing for this. We don't like this. This is garbage. But 90% of the people are just going to run their mouth. 90% of the people are going to say they're not going to watch it, but they're going to watch it. 90% of the people are going to still support the NFL, even though they know right here what the NFL stands for. So I don't listen to what people say. I listen to what they do. I don't listen to what people say they're going to do. I listen to the action they take. Anybody can say it. What they say, anybody can spray it. But can you back up what you spray? Anybody can say they're not going to watch it, but in secrecy, when you're by yourself in secrecy, you're watching it. You're still supporting them. My TV in my house will not be turned on the Super Bowl. Period. That's just how it works. I don't like what they did because I know why they did it. And anybody who tolerates foolishness, you'll tolerate anything. You can't say I'll protest this and don't protest that. It doesn't work that way. When it comes to injustice, when you come to see what's done is not right, you have to stand up and protest it then. You can't pick and choose, well, I'm going to watch this, but I ain't going to watch that. No, now you are wavering. Now you are basically negotiating with racism. It doesn't work like that. I don't give a damn about the NFL draft. I don't give a damn about the season opening. I don't give a damn about any of that stuff. Because I'm not watching any of it. The NFL is no longer in my vocabulary from this day forth. And that's just me. I hear a lot of people on YouTube. I am on TikTok Facebook, Snapchat, all these social media sites. Well, I'm gonna protest this, I'm gonna protest that, yada, yada, yada. Show me what you're doing by the ratings. Let me see millions of people don't tune in. And I've heard some say, well, I'm only gonna tune in for the halftime show. I just wanna know if Drake gonna call him out. Is Kendrick Lamar gonna call him out? Because he's built for it, he's been doing it for the longest. I wanna see if he's gonna call Trump out. Somebody needs to, because the NFL ain't gonna do anything. Choose love, that's what that thing was, choose love. What kind of bullshit is that? Roger Goodell, you a motherfucking racist. And you've been a racist in my book for a while. You ain't just become one. I've been suspecting this for a long time. How you levy out heavier penalties to the black players, but the white players who do stuff is overlooked. I've been suspecting this, and that's not gonna change my mind. Nothing he does from this point on is gonna change my mind. And before I go, this is just me being a rant about the Super Bowl because, one, I think it's rigged anyway for Kansas City to three-peat because they want him. They want Patrick Mahomes to be the next Tom Brady since he said he wasn't black, so apparently he's white. So that's the way he got it labeled, so that's what I think. Number two, I don't like when they removed the end racism sign. That was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. End racism is a message that everybody should be able to participate in. It's not one group of people who this affects, it affects everybody. The saying goes, and I remember a young lady saying this, she said, change only happens when people who are not affected or as outraged as the people that are. So until the white people who are not racist stands up and goes against those that are, as soon as the people who say we done had enough of the treatment of the black people, the Mexican, the immigrants, whoever it is, until they stand up and say we will not put up with this anymore, change will not happen. Because we've been fighting this battle for the longest, and you see it ain't reversed. So people who are not affected has to be outraged too. I'm sick of people always telling me I'm not racist, I'm not this. But when you see racism being done, you quiet. You are part of the fucking problem then. You see what's going on, but you don't want it done to you, but you will accept it done to somebody else. So anytime you see that, and you don't do anything about it because it's not done to you, and because it doesn't affect you, then you don't care. That's why change won't happen. I'm sorry. I don't care who likes it. I don't care who don't like it. This is fact. Change happens when people who are not affected or as outraged as those that are. Until that happens, we're not moving forward. And y'all Trump supporters, let me give you one last thing. Would y'all quit coming up here on these social media sites trying to justify all the bullshit he's doing, to justify all the people he's putting in place. Trump is putting people in place that's two reasons. Number one, rich, and number two, that's loyal to him. They're gonna do whatever he says, no matter how dumb it is, they're gonna ride with it. They're on the wrong side of history, and I'm sick of all y'all senators, Republicans, politicians. I always wanna say, go against them when you're not gonna be reelected. I don't wanna hear it then. If you're not gonna do it when you can make change, don't do it when you can't. So quit coming up and saying, I was against it. No, if you was against it, you would have been against it from day one. You're against it now because there's no repercussion that can be done against you. So now that's a coward ass move. It's a cop out. And I'm not scared to say it. That's exactly what it is. It's a damn coward ass move. You're a bunch of cowards. If you can't stand up like Jasmine Crockett, Cory Booker, Maxine Waters, if you can't stand up like them now, don't stand up later when you can't make an impact. John R. Lewis fought for this. Elijah Cummings fought for this. All of them fought for the DEI. All of them fought for racial discrimination. All of them fought for all of this. But they got a lot of people that decorate themselves in that light, but not willing to do what it takes because you're scared of the backlash that comes with it. If you're scared of the backlash, quit representing them. Simple as that. I'm tired. I'm coming straight to it. I'm sick of this. And quit acting like what he's doing is working. It's not working. Y'all fucked up. And now you don't want to admit it because you're so far in, you're going to keep trying to make, well, it take time. That ain't what he said. Y'all the one fell for the banana in the tailpipe. Y'all the one that thought he was going to do so much for you. You don't make $20 million. You're not a millionaire, you're not a billionaire, you're not a trillionaire. So you don't make any of this money. My last thing to you is, then what the hell made you think that whatever he said applied to you? All them black senators and congressmen that was on his side, that's riding him like a horse, defending him. He didn't even give y'all a place in his house. So now you look dumb, Donaldson, Tim Scott. Y'all look stupid as hell. The dumbass black guy in North Carolina that's supposed to be governor that says something about he's part of the Klan or some shit he said. It was just stupid as fuck anyway. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. Y'all know y'all messed up. And this is not an accident. He did it in 2016. And then you came back in 2024 because you didn't want a black woman in office. And you repeated the same dumbass cycle. And you thought you were going to get the same results. I mean, different results. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Y'all fucked up. And now, you don't want to own up to it. Some of y'all have owned up to it. Other y'all, well, he lied. He's been lying. That's not an excuse. Y'all was willing to look over all the bullshit he was saying to avoid that black woman from getting in there. That's all that was. And y'all black people who voted for him, y'all a disgrace. I'm not going to even say anything to y'all because y'all a disgrace. Ain't shit you can say that I'm going to listen to. So that's all I got to say. Hey, but we'll be back next week, same time, same place on the Burnout. Hey, and remember, hit that like and subscribe button. Hey, put something in the comments that you want to express. Hey, I'll come out here and express it. I ain't like the rest of them. I ain't gonna hold my tongue back. And I'll definitely look into it, and I'll definitely do my research, and I'll definitely get on it. But until then, I'm gonna give you the 2 fingers. Peace.